difference. And now again we are going to discuss about cardinality. What is cardinality? Defines the numerical attributes of the relation between two entities. So whether it is a one-to-one relation or one-to-many relation, we have to define many-to-one or many-to-many. So this cardinality is four types: one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-one, and many-to-many. And how we can represent graphically this cardinality? So if there is a one-to-one, so the relation here, this is a line, participation line, and two vertical lines. This is for one relation, and here this is a line. See, this symbol represents many. Okay, so one line and this symbol, one vertical line and this symbol. This represents for many relation. Okay, and if there is a circle here, one vertical line and circle, this is for optional one relation, and this is also optional for many relation. Okay, we will discuss later. And here I am going to give you some steps to create entity relation diagram, and always you must follow these steps, and very easy to draw entity relation diagram. So here there are 5 steps. The first step is entities identification. Second step is association between identities you have to find. Third step is what type of association it is, that is called cardinality. That means one to one, one to many, or many to one. And fourth one is once you find identities and their relations and cardinality, and you have to find the number of attributes, and then you can choose that which attribute is a primary key or some other key. After that, if you are perfect in the first 4 steps, then the 5th step is easy to form a modern complete entity relation diagram. So try to understand these 5 steps: entities identification, relationship identification, cardinality identification, identify attributes, create modern entity relation diagram. So just you can see from this problem, so we want to draw a ER diagram. So in a university, a student enrolls in courses. A student must be assigned to at least one or more courses. Each course is taught by single professor. To maintain instruction quality, a professor can deliver only one course. So try to read the problem 2 or 3 times, and now we have to remember the 5 steps of creating entity relation diagram. What is the first step? Identify entities or entities identification. So in this first step from the problem, we can find student is an entity, course is an entity, and then professor is an entity. Okay, so we find 3 entities. So now entities identification finished. Now we are representing in rectangles. Okay, so here I wrote the name in rectangle, inside itself student, course, professor. Okay, so here we are going to write the attributes. So how many attributes are there? So now here I want to separate the name of the entity and attributes. That's why I written entity name. I given preference the top position for each and every entity. Okay, this is the first step. And the second step is a relationship identification. So here we have to go again and observe the problem. So in a university, in the first statement itself, there is a relation. Student enrolls in courses, but here we identified 3 entities. But in this statement, there is a relation between 2 entities. So now we try to find the relation between 3 entities. Okay, and try to find the relationship between professor and course. So here professor can deliver only one course. This is another relation. Okay. Cardinality is the next step. Now, the second one is try to find the association between the identified entities. Okay. So now here, student assigned a course. Next, second one is professor delivers a course. And next, cardinality identification. In a college, student is singular or plural. So there are many students. So many students assigned many courses. So there are different branch of students. Example, computer science or electronics or data science or AI and ML. So many types of courses, and they choose different courses for each and every semester. So here students are many, courses are many. So here the relation is many. The cardinality is many. The association between student and course is many a relationship. Okay. So that's why we used the many symbol here. Okay. Many cardinality symbol here. And again, we will go between the entities course and professor. Professor, they given a condition, professor delivers only one course to maintain the quality of teaching. So that's why here it is a one relation. So there is a symbol you see, participation, and there are two vertical lines. That means here there is a one participation. So one professor can deliver one course. Okay. So this is association is one-to-one association between course and professor. This is binary relationship. So here also binary relationship. That means course assigned by students, student assigned courses. Okay. So here the association is from student to course and course to student. So here the association is professor to course and course to professor. This relationship we can call it as a n array relationship, or we can express here binary relationship. So try to understand the cardinality identification, then try to identify the attributes. So simply I took only two attributes for each and every entity. For student I took student ID and student name. For professor I took professor ID and professor name. For employee or for course I took employee ID and course name. So now here we are representing the attributes using the graphical symbol vowel. So here student ID, student name represented in vowels, course ID, course name represented in vowels. Okay. And employee ID and professor name represented in vowels. Okay. So here student ID, course ID or employee ID. Okay. Here it is employee ID, professor, employee ID and professor name. So these three are primary keys. Okay. Like this. If you want, you can take more attributes also. Student number, student phone, student address. So many properties you can take. You can identify for the student and professor and course. Okay, these are the examples, and we will go through the next slide. This is the final picture. This diagram depicts a modern representation of ER diagram, and here we are writing the attributes inside the rectangle, and here also inside the rectangle, and here also inside the rectangle. Okay. So here student ID and student name are the attributes, course ID and course name are the attributes, employee ID and professor name are the attributes. So because once a person joined in an organization, they will issue an ID. That ID is called as a professor ID or employee ID. And here student ID, if you underline the student ID, course ID and employee ID, you can observe it as a primary keys. This is a modern representation of ER diagram. Yes, what is the difference between partial and primary key? Partial means we cannot say completely like primary key. Primary key maintains uniqueness of each and every entity. That means here redundancy of data will not allowed. Okay, and by using these keys we will relate one entity with another entities. Okay, not with weak entities. That this partial key only for a weak entity. This weak entity also determined by based on the strong entity, that is composed of strong entity. Understand? Okay. Now, so just you go through this here to understand partial key and yes, here you understand this weak entity, this loan name is partial key. Okay, now here you see partial key that uniquely discriminates the weak entities. The primary key of weak entity is composite key formed from the primary key of the strong entity. So here customer choosing a loan. That loan is what type of loan, whether it is a home loan or car loan or some other loan. Okay, that's why this we can call it as a partial key. It depends completely on customer. Okay, so from this picture you try to understand. Okay, even though if you cannot understand the concept, just I will explain. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So now this is the summary of what we taught up to now. So ER model is high level or conceptual data model diagram or logical representation of data model diagram, and we can represent graphically, that means in the form of symbols to represent the data in the relation data or relational databases, and it displays the relationships of entity sets stored in database, and it helps you to define the terms related to entity relationship modeling. And here the relationship also we discussed one to one, one to many, many to one, and many to many, all the relations. And here you have to remember three basic concepts that are the components of ER diagram: entities, attributes, and relationships. Okay, this entity can be place, person, object, that must be a definable thing which stores data in the database. And the relationship is nothing but an association between two entities. Example, student enrolled in course BTech. Okay, the student course are two entities, and enrolled where maintains the relationship between student and course. And weak entity is a type of entity which does not have its key attribute. This point you have to remember. But partial key only it is for weak entity. Okay, it is also dependent on the strong entity. It is a single valued property of either an entity type or relationship type, and it defines the numerical attributes of the relationship between two entities or entity set. So this is the definition of cardinality, and we have to remember the cardinality symbols for one to one and many, many to one, and many to many also. You have to remember ER diagram is a visual representation of data, that is a modern representation of data, how the data is related to each other. While drawing ER diagram, you need to make sure all your entities and relationships are properly labeled or not. Okay, so see here, we labeled each and everything, three entities and attributes, and the relationship also here we labeled. So assigned and delivers. So